smart use of communities, with the smart use of selling the expertise, right? Business is important. It's a very, very clever thing to do. It's a smart way to kind of grow your business. Um, and we're going to touch on it in a moment. So I'm just going live on YouTube. Hey, we're live on YouTube. Morning to everybody on YouTube who's watching. You've got me, Shai Babatunde, the founder of Ken Blue, with some members of my team, Favor and Peace, who's also called Adongajen. But I know some of you might think that's a mouthful to pronounce, so you can call it either one. But I would encourage you to learn her name, Adongajen. Learn it, memorize it, because that's how we respect our culture and the cultures of others. Anyway, so guys, just say quick hello, so it's not like I'm doing it on here.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Oh, I forgot. Peace, you're shy. I forgot. I'm like, he said, hey, hello. That was it. I said, what? Why was that so short? Like, no, but I forgot. Don't worry. It's not a problem. So again, we're talking about courses. Um, we recently did a course for a client who is making a good 30 to 40,000 a month from, you know, what she's doing with courses. There are so much expertise out there that we have a client as well. She's in the area of therapy. She's a therapist. And here's why courses are so good. This client meets with people for therapy, she helps them in relationships. She helps them with personal issues. She meets them regularly for therapy. Cool. Um, in the process of doing that, what also happens, oh, hold on a minute. Let me call Marvelous here. In the process of doing that, what also happens, main session, is she ends up repeating herself a lot. You sit somebody down, you talk about communication, there's things that they don't understand. You're talking about intimacy, there's things they don't understand. So she often has to explain these things to people in a session. Now imagine someone's paying £80 an hour, £120 an hour to see you as a therapist, but you end up spending 25 minutes explaining concepts to them instead of just doing therapy. Sometimes people don't feel like that's the most good use, like that's the best use of their money. They feel as though like I'm wasting my money here by doing that. So one of the reasons why courses are so good is because you could do a course that costs £100 where someone can learn a lot of the basics they need to learn before they even see you for therapy, or even while they're seeing you for therapy. So somebody might want to deal with their communication, and you're like, "This is going to take you 10 sessions." That's £800 just to kind of help you understand communication. Whereas actually, you can come to me and I can give you a course on communication that you can go through in your own time. It's 4 sessions. That's going to cost you £200. It saves money for the customer. It saves time for you, but still gives great value. Now, if you're a therapist and you have 10 people who need to learn about communication, and on average, it will take you 10 sessions to go through that, and it's £80 a session, it's a lot of work to keep another 10 people a week, 10 sessions, 10 times, it's 100 sessions. You can have a course, and that course would do that one job of explaining to people about communication over 4 weeks. So when you now have a one-to-one session with them, they come into you with understanding of what communication is, for example. So this is why like courses are so good, because they allow people to be able to learn about what you're doing. Learn things that they need to know while they're working with you. I'm a consultant. I do strategy. People are always like, Shayo, what's the best lead generation strategy for me? Is it ads? Is it cold calling? I could charge you at least 250, £400 an hour for a session like that, at least, right? And in that session, I might not even get through all of them. It might take me 2 or 3 sessions. You're now spending £1,500 almost to learn about certain things that I could teach you about. Or I could literally give you one of our courses. And one of our courses is not going to cost you more than £100 to learn about the same thing you're going to ask me. But this time you get it, you've got lifetime access, you can always go back to it. It's a smarter way to kind of build your business. So Peace, let's talk about our courses. So Peace, the one that we're talking about for the one that we did, have you found the link to the videos?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. We've even got a client, Peace was collating the information. Um they have Peace, how many courses did the gentleman have that they did yesterday? It's like 10 different
Yes.
courses, and then there's like about 10, and there's like 8 videos per no, it's more than 8 videos, it's like 10 videos per course,
It
you know.
depends on, yes, some
Yeah.
are more.
So automatically now he's done that work. It's in finance. It's got course on investing, course on mortgages. People, he would charge people. I think he charges about £600 per hour for a consultation. Right, that course is not going to cost them anywhere near that amount of money. But they're still going to get the same information, the same value. And then when you have like when your clients have personal questions they want to ask, then they can come to you and be like, okay, can I ask you this question? Can I ask you that question? Right. So I've been thinking about putting together a curriculum of courses. We've got a few courses already. Um, I'm actually going to need. Where's Muna? Muna of Faith. Because I actually want to ask. I need Faith to give me a list of what courses do we have in Blue Circle. So we need to be looking at Favor. I want you to make a list with me of courses that we can also put out there based on stuff that we do. Right. I think some of the issues we have, and here's another good thing about courses, right? Sometimes you want to sell something to somebody and it's expensive to them because they don't understand the value of it, because they don't understand the value of it, right? Currently, just a side note, in fact, Faith,
Mr. Shah.
Faith, hey, do you know, sorry, has the client decided on what emails they want to use for the email, for the new email woman? Favor, has that been concluded yet?
Yeah, I already created it.
Oh, so she said she was happy with the ones you offered and you created it.
Yeah, she chose the name and then.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. So, sorry, Faith, I need you to do me a favor. Can you just, not right now, but at some point today, can you give me a list? Actually, even if I tell you you're gonna do it right now, you'd like to do things immediately. Can you give me a list of courses that we have on Blue Circle that are full courses that we have? So I want us to be able to expand our course library so that we can make more resources available for the community and potentially sell things so that we can but I need to know what we have. So I know what we need to fill the gap with. Does that make sense?
Okay, list of all the courses on Blue Circle right now, yeah?
Yeah. And then what I would like to do is I'm going to get all of you, because all of you speak to the clients, all of you know what are some of the stuff that people ask us about over and over and over. Because these are the things that we need to turn into courses. It will be good. Some people come to us and they want these things. Like the gentleman I spoke to yesterday that wanted to work with us on his his finance idea. I think I spoke to him on not yesterday, on Tuesday. And he said he's going to get back to us by tomorrow. When I was explaining to him about the idea validation that we're going to do, he was like resistant to it because he didn't understand it. So if we have courses, I'm really tempted that when we put some courses in place, before you work with us, you have to do the course. Just so you understand what we're doing and you're not resisting what we're doing because you don't understand it. Because that's what we get sometimes. Sometimes the client will be like, oh, but sometimes clients are like, yeah, I trust and believe. But we often get, the one client here or there who, because they don't understand it, they're a bit nervous. Oh, yeah, are you sure that's the best way? I don't know, have you created that task? Is that you? Did you put a task for yourself? I don't know.
Did I what? Sorry.
Create a task for yourself just now.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it must be Muna that's creating tasks for you. Um, so that's what I want to do as well. I want to sort of potentially put some courses in place. So if someone does say they want to work with us and it's clear they don't understand certain things, it's like, hey, before you do, please watch this so you understand how we work. Da, 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 da. Like Faith, I'm thinking about it, I'm actually do that, a working with us course. We won't call it a course. It'll be like just explain to every client, this is how we work. So they know. Does that make sense?
All right.
We can include stuff like and this is the power of courses. It allows you to dispense information in a way that is digestible, and it's what we call evergreen. We don't have to record it again and again and again. We don't have to explain things again and again. Technically, Faith, as well, the onboarding that we set up, the onboarding video that Muna did is also like a course, because we recorded it once. We don't have to keep having that meeting over and over again saying the same thing.
That's
Um,
true.
So this is what the conversation is about. This is why we're talking about courses. We're thinking about what things do we have to explain to clients, Faith, over and over again that we could probably distill in some content. Does that make sense? What things are we saying? What things do you have to keep saying? What things do you keep bringing up? What things do you keep referencing?
Sorry, do you want me to list it right now, or I'm just taking notes?
No.
What kind
Just
of
take a note
courses?
and list it
Okay.
anytime. If you have anything that comes to mind immediately, I would love to hear it if there's anything that comes to mind. And I'm saying it because I know you deal with clients a lot. We all deal with clients. I don't know, Favor, what do you have to say a lot? Even you, Adongajen, with all the design stuff we're doing, what do you have to keep, talking about or asking for? That you probably be like, you know what, if we just had something that would explain to them, because you could actually have a course on branding, right? If we did a course on branding, it would put clients in a position whereby they have what they need by the time they ask you to build the website or they ask you to design the page. Because sometimes it's a free for all. We've got a client at the moment. I can't remember which one it is actually. Zambajan, don't say anybody's name. What is the lady selling? There's somebody who they've given us no design direction, and I told you to just design something. What is this? What are they selling? Which one is that? That's not the there's two of those AI ladies.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the teacher. The teacher's the
Okay.
one that you've got. We've got no guidance. The other lady, remember, the other lady, she still gave us the colors. That's when you went to go and make that logo. I was like, why are you making the logo? But I remember. The other lady, have you started that design?
Yes, I have.
So it would be good if we had like a criteria. So you would give us a criteria. You would say, I need to know and we had this before, but we haven't used it in a while. I need to know the name of the business and the colors I think that brand board and that brand voice we have on Code Blue would be a good way to describe it. But again, a mini course would be doing a video that explains all those things. Here's what you should be thinking about. Here's what you should write here. If people have that together for their business, it would help them go a long way. And then when they come to us and they say, can you design me a page? We're not scratching our heads like, oh, what's your colors? Oh, what's your this? Oh, what's your that? Which sometimes happens. So yeah, courses are very important. Faith, that was all I called you for, just that bit about just making that list for Blue Circle. So feel free to continue what you were doing before. Just called you to kind of talk to you about that. Let me also look at what you've asked us to cover for today's session. And Favor, I'm still waiting for stuff that you think that people have asked us for in delivery specifically that we need to that you think we should cover. Oh, Peace, you sent me the link to the courses already. Thank you. I hope you didn't give me the link to the slides, right? You sent me the link to the videos, right?
Sorry, come again.
No. You gave me the link to the
The spreadsheet.
No, I want the actual videos. Oh no, you gave me the wrong one, Peace.
No, you've uploaded the videos in the media storage.
No, Peace. I'm talking about no. You're referring to the client from yesterday.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the one that you did the slides for. Remember when you did the slides?
Oh, okay. I've not sent the
Six
link to them.
sessions. Yeah. Find me
Okay.
the Muna said that there's a folder with the videos in there. She said it's already on the drive. I just need a link for the folder. But you're gonna need to create that into a course on our side. The reason why you're gonna need to do it is you're the one that designed the slides. So you can design all the rest of the banner, you can design the title. There's no point giving it to somebody else when they're gonna give it back to you to design. So you might as well design. I'll upload just to save you data. I'll do the uploading. 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 I'll do the up of the videos, but you just create the favor. You know, I'm still waiting for my idea from you.
Yeah, you asked for what clients often request for. Say emails, email
Give
marketing.
me one moment. Give me one moment, favor. So sorry. Sorry, client has just sent me a voice note asking me, how do we train you guys? How do I train you guys? I think she wants us to train somebody in Africa. Boom, 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 boom. Doing a live, I will explain this after I've finished. Peace, can you just put on my task list to what's the word I'm looking for me to get back to how do I hint who it is without you guys knowing, without nobody knowing? What can I say?
Initials.
No, that's boring. I want to make it fun. Let me see what I can give you that will give it away to you guys, but nobody else would know. Funny thing is, it's not a hard person to work out. Favor, do you know who always sends me messages and always sends me voice notes and always sends me, and I'm always saying this person's always sending me. You know who that is? The person that's always sending me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, please, you know who that is? Oh, you don't know who that is? You don't listen to me. I'm always talking about this person. I said every day I'll get another voice note, I'll get another information. It's not a complaint if you watch, by the way, because the person will watch this. It's not a complaint, I'm not complaining, send your voice notes. But I tell the team all the time that I'm always like, oh, she sent me something. It's the person piece who, will do some sessions. She wants more sessions. She wants more sessions. She wants more sessions. Yeah, that she's collecting sessions upon sessions upon sessions. She's really putting me to work. I'm meant to be taking a step back in the business and letting all you guys do the work, but she's specifically asking me to do things. So, yeah, she's keeping me very busy. But yes, do you know what I'm talking about? Peace. Yeah, so please just put on a system that I need to get back to her after the live. Otherwise I'm going to be distracted if I have to put it on myself. Sophia, sorry, you're telling me something. What was your suggestion?
Yeah, I said what clients frequently ask for, emails, funnels to
But do
give
they
them a breakdown of, trying to.
Sorry to cut you, favor. Do you feel like they don't understand those things? Do they ask you questions that it's like maybe you don't get you don't get what we're doing? Oh, favor's internet's misbehaving a bit.
Well, not necessarily, but having a proper understanding of what's going on there, especially
Oh, favor's frozen. Favor's frozen. Oh, favor got kicked off. Internet. How can you do this to us? What happened to Marvelous? I tried to pull him in here. Probably editing videos. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. So again, welcome to those who are joining us brand new. My name is Shai Tunde, founder of Ken Blue. We're working together. Sometimes every Thursday morning, we sit online with the team and we just work on certain things. There's always a topic or something we're discussing. This week we're discussing courses and how courses are a growth hack to a lot of businesses. A lot of people who we work with, they use courses to maximize their revenue and to maximize the impact. As this is not necessarily a training session, we're just giving you guys some insight into, ways we want to use courses as well. Sometimes, like I said, what we do can not, I wouldn't say what we do can be complicated, but I think what we do sometimes our clients don't understand. And it's hard for people to see the value in things when they don't understand it sometimes. So it's always good to be able to say, okay, if you don't see the value, watch this to get a better understanding. Now, if they don't choose to watch it, that's totally fine. The funny thing is, if, for example, we do a course on how to improve your onboarding, for example, for a client, and the client doesn't even watch it to understand what we're talking about, we can still sell that. There's people out there, you can run ads, they would be willing to buy that course. Oh, there was a question I was going to answer earlier because it came up, which was with the invent of ChatGPT and the internet already, YouTube, what's the point of courses when people can just Google things, when people can ask ChatGPT, give me a 5-second or give me a breakdown on how to onboard somebody. And believe it or not, there is nothing more effective than just human communication. Yes, you can go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT for certain things, but best believe you still have to read all of that information. You still have to prompt it more. You still have to ask questions. And because you don't know what you don't know, sometimes you don't know what to ask it that can give you better insights because you don't know what you don't know. A course, you're almost guaranteed to get the most optimum answer to a question in a course because it is information from an expert on that particular area, or at least it should be. So with ChatGPT, your information is going to only be as good as your prompt. If your prompt is not that great, what it's going to give you is not going to be that great. So with ChatGPT, it still depends on you what you're going to get and what you can use. Whereas if you actually did a course on something, you're getting, well, if it's a good person, obviously, there's some funny people out there, but if it's a good person, an honest person, a person who's truly an expert, what you're going to get from that person is always going to be the best options on what you can do and it's like the best information, right? My background is law, I went to law school, all this fun stuff. I could have been a solicitor, not interested, blah, 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 right? But with things like the law, trust me, the background I have in law, it allows me to ask certain questions to ChatGPT and know what it means when it explains certain things. If I didn't understand the law, it would be so much harder to get the information I want from ChatGPT. And the thing is, I wouldn't know because I don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? So that's why you have to be very careful thinking, I don't need to learn anymore because I can just ask ChatGPT. It's like someone saying, why go to school when I can just ask ChatGPT? Why study when I can just ask ChatGPT? Yeah. So when it comes to selling a course, you have to show the value of giving somebody expertise from the perspective of an expert and help somebody understand that ChatGPT is going to give you as well as you can prompt it. And if you're not a prompt engineer and you don't have expertise in the subject you're learning, so like ChatGPT for me isn't really the best thing you use to learn. ChatGPT is for when you want to maximize the information you already have. So that's something you're gonna have to be able to sell to an audience and let them know, although you can Google this information, you don't know what you don't know. So best thing to do is to come, do a course. And again, another thing is courses are digestible. It's easier to digest the information between us folks as human beings than to ask ChatGPT, give me, like you can ask ChatGPT how to start a business. Whereas if there's a course out there that says how to start a business in your specific situation with your specific when you watch a course, you don't have to prompt anything. You can just sit down and learn and digest and soak in and soak in. All right, Favor's back. Favor, the internet kicked you out, while you're trying to talk. I was asking you were saying we can do courses around funnels, right? Are you saying that because you feel like sometimes clients don't understand funnels? Um, um, really? In the meetings I have with them at the beginning, they seem like they understand, but I guess when you guys start doing the work with them, it suddenly shows that, they don't even know what's going on.
Exactly, especially getting the right copy, putting it on the funnel, it's not especially a sales funnel, it's not everything that can convert. So having the right information on there, it's not just the generic stuff and just doing things and just putting it there. So you have to have proper understanding first before you can. So trying to tell them about, okay, for this particular funnel, getting a sales funnel right, you have to do this, do this, do this. And I think to be very helpful.
Yeah.
To be very helpful.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that means, and this is interesting, because of course, for some people we work with, for some of our clients, we provide support, but we don't do the full thing. Of course, it depends on what you're paying for. And you're basically saying some people we might be working with them and they're not getting the full thing, but they also don't have the information. So although they're doing it by themselves, they're doing it badly because they don't have the information. So maybe we give everybody an option.
Yes,
If you're gonna do it by yourself,
exactly.
oh, your sound is way better. Favor. What happened?
Exactly.
So that means instead of getting anyone, so Favor, that means we shouldn't let anyone do anything by themselves. They should always have
I
some
couldn't
form of
check my
support.
headset. Well, they can if they want to, but at the same time, if they want our support, then that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. But it becomes problematic if somebody isn't educated. And this is the problem with, like, we have the software, people are using the software. The software is great, but if you don't know about marketing, if you don't know good strategies, that's a waste of your time. It's what's the point of a good
Exactly.
software if I have no idea what I'm doing? Now I'm running ads to the wrong country. I'm spending money here. I built a website. The website looks like nonsense. Like, we've got a client. Oh, I can't even say that. Just what's it? We have somebody who has built something recently that we're like, this is looking,
Exactly.
this is looking unique,
Very unique.
and we can't, and it's because that's not their specialty, but they haven't paid us for that. Even though we can tell them and we've given them feedback, they're still not designers. But again, and this is interesting, Peace, maybe we should do a short course in design.
I agree.
No, Peace, what's happening there? What's happening with
Can you
you?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, I said it would be nice. We can do that.
Yeah, because again, like there's things that people need to do. People don't know about spacing. People don't know about color contrasting. They don't know, they'll just be
Alignment and all.
sticking stuff together, just and just hoping for the best. And it's like we can actually come to them and say, hey, look, this is probably the best way for you to design what you're designing. And I think this is one, again, the power of courses. There's nothing wrong with us doing that for a client, doing that for clients. Clients are using it, they're maximizing it, and then we can turn around and sell it to the general public. Because
Exactly, yeah.
if clients are able to say, yep, this, and let me tell you, I might even let's get that. Favor, please write that down. Write down, we can look at design
All right,
courses.
sir.
Because this is
Okay.
the thing. If someone does the course and then they do good design themselves, we can turn around and say, look, here's what someone designed from what they learned. The crazy thing about design is some people use templates, and even after they use templates, still, it's like the template. This is not the template. This is not what the template did. Why did you do this? This is not how the template. How did you get it wrong with the template? What's going on here? And it's just because some people don't understand the design. They don't understand design principles. So these are ways we can maximize courses. We can look at the different short courses we can do. I would call them crash courses. I love the concept of a crash course because you're like, it's intense. Maybe it's 2 hours. I go through everything. It's enough for you to kind of get started. We're not trying to, I'm saying we're not trying to be at university, but I'm like, what stops us from being a university? What stops us from having a lot heavier and longer courses? Nothing stops us. Why not, actually? I don't know how confident Peace feels. Peace, how did you get into design?
Long story. Story is long.
Yeah. What's is it a long story? Or are you shy? Which one is it?
No, I'm not sure, but okay. I should say what and everything.
Wait, we're live though, so maybe it's you want to share it later because you might not want to share this your whole business on the internet. So never mind. Well, you tell me after we have live, just in case. Because
Okay.
if you say anything crazy, it's too late. I can't stop you. It's already gone out. You say, yeah, when I was 7, I was kidnapped, and the person said, yeah, if you don't design me a flyer, I'm gonna chop your head off. And then it's like, what? So let's not do that, just in case. Just in case. Um, but did your design is good. Did you study design?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so you just learnt it.
Yes, I did. I learned.
Okay. You know, I always teach you about your age. When did you tell me? When did you start? Then did you start when you were 10 or something? When did you start doing design?
No, after secondary school.
That was quite early too.
Okay. Just for those who are watching who are confused, Peace is well over 18, so no one thinks that we've got child labor here. We're hiring because she said just after secondary school, like that was recently. That's a while now, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So have you heard of the golden rule?
The
The golden rule. It's like a design principle.
no.
I'll show it to you after. There's a page. It's called The Futur. FUTUR. I was like, did I spell it wrong? FUTUR. So there's no E. It's a YouTube channel. He's got some great courses on design. Please, if you watch his stuff, your stuff will go to the next level. He's really, really good. And he does like these free courses on like design rules, design principles. He talks about design and branding. And this is one of the things I've talked to you about before. I don't know if you remember me talking to you about before, but it's important that you learn design in the context of branding. There's no point of you learning design as an artist unless you're trying to become an artist who's a designer. Because if you're trying to make money, you need to understand design in the context of branding. So you need to understand branding more than design because it's not about what things look like. It's about how effective they are when you take them to the market.
Yeah.
There's no point if something looks good when you send it out, nobody's buying. So what's the point? Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, you done great design, but nobody's buying. I didn't pay you. The client didn't pay you so that stuff can look good and no one will buy. That's what Favor was talking about before when we talked about funnels. That's a principle that I wish I could teach clients a bit more. The clients are always like, yeah, I don't like it. Doesn't matter what you like. You're not the one buying. So just because you don't like what something looks like doesn't make a difference. You're not the person who's going to buy it. Oh, yeah, but it represents me. Yeah, this is not about you. Do you want to make money or not? Do you want to make money or not? Because if you want to make money, this is terrible for making money. If you want to represent yourself, this is great. Yeah, great. It looks good. It represents you. Lovely. But it's not going to represent the people you're trying to sell to. And again, that's a course I would do. Design in the context of business. I think people misunderstand design because they think about design in the context of art, what looks good. But in the context of business, it's about what is selling. It's about what people are responding to. There used to be a lot about something called color psychology. Orange used to be regarded as cheap in the West. So if you live in like the UK, America, in Europe, the color psychology is different all over the world. In the not in the Middle East, in Oriental Asia, Japan, China, the colors mean different things. So when you're doing design, knowing where you're designing for, what countries you're going to design in, where the audience is going to be, is going to affect things. Someone saying, "Oh no, I want black, I want black, I want black." You know what black means where you're going? I want white, I want white, I want white. In Ghana, I believe they wear white to funerals. In the UK, they wear white to weddings. Like you can't just pick colors and just think I'm going to design based on what I like. You have to think about context, cultural context, marketing context. It'll be good. We're gonna have to do a course about that piece. So you're gonna have to. Don't learn color psychology. It's boring. But it's good to be aware of though. You've got the obvious stuff. Purple speaks for sophistication and royalty, and that's another one. You've got green is down to earth, brown, natural, nature, organic. We all know how the colors go. Red is heavy. Blue is very. I think blue is support, trustworthy. Insurance, finance. That's all blue. That's why I can blue business. We can't be doing Ken Blue and it's bright red. Like, what's wrong with these guys? Yeah, so this is why we talk about courses, how we can maximize courses in when you're trying to leverage your business and grow your business, and how you can maximize courses when you're thinking about helping your clients, helping those you work with. And what we've discussed today, Favor and Peace, what we realize is we probably could do more courses for our clients to help our clients that we can potentially sell to audiences
Yeah.
that will help other people. And that'd be a great way to help that audience, but also get them to now come and become new clients for us as well. So
True.
the first one I want to do is that course we did, Peace. That course that you're putting together, that you're collating for me, everybody on the team has to go through it. Everybody has to learn all that stuff. Then once everyone's gone through it, we're also going to sell it online if that client gives us permission to, actually. Because yeah. But the only thing actually that we need to do, that's our Piece. I forgot to tell you, you might have to redesign those pages, but it'd probably just be changing colors. And might have to re-record, because we have to. It's our courses. We just have to do our own version of it rather than use that version. But at the moment, I just want us to, as a team, to go through that version, because the feedback I've gotten is really good, and you guys need to know this stuff. You're all working with me. You're all doing delivery. You need to know. What I want for us is when someone comes and Favor and they say, "Oh, I want to sell my social media management services," you already know what lead generation method will work best for that person. You don't have to ask me.
Yeah.
I'll be saying to you, Favor, what funnel are we using for this person? And you say, we're doing this and this and this because you better explain it to me because you've done the course. So far, you guys have done enough to know it intuitively, to have the experience, but I want you to be able to connect it. The long-term plan is someone come to us with an idea and Peace, you can say, this is the right funnel, this is the right lead magnet, this is the right da-da-da-da, and we've got evidence because da-da-da-da-da-da. Mr. Joshua, who we did the live for last week. There's some names I can mention easily. So Joshua and Ngozi, to be fair, I can mention the names. They don't have an issue. So Joshua and Ngozi, for example, they have. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. My phone died. TikTok is gone. Didn't get to say bye. People watching on TikTok. Oh, that's so sad. Anyway, Joshua and Ngozi, they have very similar funnels. If somebody comes in with a similar model to them, I'm gonna recreate the same funnel because theirs is working.
True.
They're both making a lot of money. Why would I now go and do a whole new? So I would expect you guys to come to me and say, we're doing this funnel. And I'll say, why? Because it's just like Joshua's. Does that make sense? We have the gentleman
Yes,
that you were working for yesterday, Peace. His stuff is similar to Joshua's, but he's using a very different funnel. But the reason why it works is because he has such a large following that it's easier to set. So we can look at all the parameters. Why is he not using this and he's using that? And we look at it and we learn, oh my gosh, look, that's so cool. Can you see? You can't tell that there's a wall here. Anyway, due to time, we've got our 11 o'clock session where I literally show our community within Blue Circle how to actually build courses. So for those who are part of our Blue Circle community, please feel free to join us there. We're going to look at it. And anybody on the team who doesn't know how to do it, so Peace, I would advise you to sit in there and understand it fully. So you're going to be doing it today anyway for maybe a few clients. Peace, have you got design to do today?
I have a lot.
Oh yeah, what you got a lot of design? Oh no. Oh no. Let me not overwork you then. Okay. Who gave you design? Don't say me. I didn't give you design.
You.
I didn't, Peace.
All the tasks you added yesterday, my name was part of them.
Yeah, that's the client. That's for clients. That's different. I thought you said me as in for me. Yeah, that's for clients. Yeah. It should be okay. It should be okay. You survive. Don't worry, you survive. You survive. Here's the thing I would say to you about design in general, though. Try not to don't overcomplicate it. Make your design simple and clean. And if clients say, I want something more fancy, then you do fancy. Don't start with fancy and then you don't have to pull back. It's just a waste of your time. When I used to do design, you didn't know that I was a designer. You thought I used Canva. No, when I used to do design, Photoshop design, I used to make the most simple designs, and then I let them say, "Oh, I want more of this," and I'll add rather than take away. It was way easier to do. Okay. Favor and Adongajan, thank you for your time. Thank you for your contribution to our live.
No problem, sir.
And yeah, to those who are watching, sorry, people who are watching. For those who are watching, please join us next week. Work with us. I hope you're thinking about your own business, how you can leverage courses in your own business, how you can, information that you repeat over and over again, how you can turn that into a course. And when I say a course, just very quickly, I don't mean like it has to have modules. Literally anything you teach to somebody on video could technically become a course. If it's short, if it's less than an hour, call it a crash course. Crash course in X, Y, and Z. There's actually one of my favorite YouTube channels. I used to watch it a lot. A guy called Hank. I'll show you guys this as an example. This is a perfect example. No, I'm not sharing my screen yet. Just give me 1 second. Hank has literally something called, hey, I can see us, crash courses. Crash course. I did his crash course on philosophy. And you know what it is? I don't mind doing this. So like, if you see my screen, like,
yeah, I can see your
so
screen.
it's like, look at this. This is 10 minutes. This is 9 minutes. This is 10 minutes. This is 9 minutes. And it's like very short videos. Granted, he has tons, but he's got other courses that are much shorter. Does that make sense? But it's not very long. It's very short, Wait, this is 10 minutes times what? He's got about 47. But he's got some other ones that are a lot shorter in terms of the crash courses. But it's a way to kind of teach in a very short bite-sized way that it's not too intense, it's not too busy, and it works well. I'm trying to pull Deborah here. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us this week. Hopefully you'll join us next week, and have a good day. Peace. If you can just say bye to everybody for us, sign us out.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.
That was gonna be it. I thought you were just gonna say bye and that's it. I was like, wow, message.
You said everything else. I guess just say bye. See you next week.
All right, fantastic. Thank you guys.